is Congressman Johnny Pimentel. You have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to direct my questions to the former President. Magandang hapon po, Mr. President. Nung mga nakaraang hearing po, meron ho pong mga resource persons na nagsumite ng kanilang mga sinumpang salaysay. So ito po ang tatalakayin po natin ngayon. So unahin ko na po yung affidavit ni Colonel Ruy Nagarma. Mr. President, kilala ho ba ninyo si Colonel Ruy Nagarma?
Yes, sir. Police ng Davao yan.
Yes. According to her, you have known her since 2012 to 2016 when she was assigned as station commander in Sasa and Santa Ana Police Station, hindi po ba?
Hindi ko I cannot remember the correct
But she is acquainted with you. Totoo po itong paragraph number 7 that you were acquainted with it.
I will accept that.
Now, on paragraph 6, Mr. President, Mr. Chair, which I will read. In May 2016, I received a call from then-President Rodrigo Duterte at approximately 5 a.m., instructing me to meet him in his residence in Doña Luisa, Davao. Totoo po ba ito?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, on paragraph 8 po, Mr. President, Mr. Chair, sinabi po niya na doon po sa meeting niyo, he requested that I locate a PNP officer or operative, indicating that he needed someone capable of implementing the war on drugs on a national scale, replicating the Davao model. This Davao model referred to the system involving payment and rewards. Totoo po ba na ito ang pinag-usapan nyo sa meeting ninyo noong May of 2016, Mr. President?
Sir, it's really pretty obvious na I'm talking to a single person and would be inviting another one to join her in the fight against drug. There is the drug enforcement law of the police. That's the unit that is properly empowered to sila yung pumupunta sa akin offering information.
So hindi po ninyo napag-usapan itong sinasabi niya na nagpapahanap po kayo ng isang tao na operatiba coming from the PNP na magpasimuno nitong ikangang Davao model po.
Yung INC, sir, ang isa kasing affidavit.
I will go into that, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Anyway, nung Mr. President, sinabi po niya na initially, nung tinanong mo po sa kanya kung meron po siyang may re-recommenda na tao, ang sabi po niya, wala siyang kilala. But eventually, yung paragraph 10, however, I recalled my upperclassman Edelberto Leonardo, who was handling the CIDG group. So ito po yung inirekomenda ninyo ni Colonel Garma sa inyo na magpasimuno po nung Davao model. Totoo po ba ito?
Sir, hindi, sir, because in every police department, meron talagang unit na nag-handle niyan. Drugs o smuggling. Pupunta yan sila doon sa akin, sir, offering information. Sabi ko, sino pa ang nakaalam? Is there any other police operative who can collaborate your statement? Because I need validation. Naghihingi ng pera, sir, for operation. Hindi naman ako magbibigay ng pera sarili ko. It's always government money. So, pag may kanong dinajamming mo ako ng istorya na ganon, I need to a corroborative statement. Sabi ko,
Mr. President, nagpatuloy pa po siya na sinasabi ho niya na there was a meeting between sa inyo po doon sa DPWH Panakan, Davao. Ang nandun po ay yung si Pakay, Kilela, Grijaldo, Tucson, Indueñas. Ito po ay members po ng Class 97 PNPA and Class 96 PNPA. Totoo po ba yun na nakipag-meeting po kayo dito sa Class of 97 PNPA and Class 96 PNPA doon po sa DPWH in Panakan?
Yes, sir. I do not remember the occasion. But I remember that there was, or almost everybody was there, including the military. Nagipag-usap ako separately from the military pati police kasi hindi magkaintindihan. But in that meeting, I was talking to the military, then to the police. Separate sila, pero
During that meeting po, Mr. President, hindi naman po ninyo napag-usapan na gagawa ng task force regarding war on drugs po. Hindi ho nyo napag-usapan yun during the meeting dun sa Panakan, sa Davao, between the Class PNPA of 93 and 96. 97 rather.
I cannot do that, sir, because alam mo naman na only the police can create units or divisions in the police department. Hindi tayo empowered niyan. We are not allowed to create units there. It's not allowed by law.
Binanggit din po ni Colonel Garma, Mr. President, Mr. Chair, doon sa paragraph 22, meron pong mga personahe po na hindi naman mga pulis na isasama daw doon sa ikangang task force. Kilala po ba ninyo si Lester Berganyo?
No, sir. Honestly.
Okay. Si Mr. Romel Bactat po.
Lalo na.
Si Mr. Rodel Serbo po.
No, sir.
Mr. Michael Palma.
No, sir. It's stranger.
And Mr. Peter Parungo rather. Okay, Mr. President, Mr. Chair, ito po yung mga individual na, well, I'm just basing this on the affidavit.
Yes, sir.
hope you
I
don't
understand
mind.
it. I understand
I'm just going through the affidavit of Colonel Garma. So, Mr. Chair, according to her, these were part of the group of the PNPA 97 and 96 na supposedly who will be the members of the task force with regards to the war on drugs. Now, Mr. Chair, meron din pong binanggit si Colonel Garma tungkol sa reward system. Ito po ba ay totoo po na during the meeting, aside from organizing the task force, the reward system was also mentioned during that meeting, Mr. President?
Yes, sir. I would repeat my statement. If there is a police operation that would need money, at lahat, alam naman ng lahat tayo dito sa gobyerno, there is no ready money for instant, there is an incident of kidnapping and there's a hot pursuit going on. Naghahabulan sila, sir. Kailangan nila ng gasolina pati pera. Nagbibigay tayo ng pera. I pro-police talaga ako. Kaya ako rin nagturo talaga sa police kasi police, pro-police ako. Alam ng Pilipinas yan.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President. Nagsumiti rin po si Ruina Garma ng supplemental affidavit. Doon pa sa supplemental affidavit niya, sa paragraph 5, and I will read. I became aware of the so-called Davao Death Squad through various sources during my assignment in Davao. It was common knowledge among officers that almost all station commanders had special teams designated for specific operations. Although I did not know the identities of these teams, a culture of silence prevailed among police officers in Davao regarding such matters. Pinatutuhanan po ba ninyo itong aligasyon ni Colonel Garma na mayroong Davao Death Squad?
Sir, kung meron man, walang pangalan at
And then, Mr. President,
I will deny it's a very, pardon the word, but it's a very stupid allegation.
Okay, Mr. President. Now, on paragraph 17, dun sa supplemental budget niya, she goes on to mention, kasi binanggit na po niya na may reward system nga dun sa Davao. She also mentioned the Davao Death
Sir,
Squad.
kasi hindi mo kasi ako binigyan ng panahon, sir. Meron talaga, sir. Meron ako, may reward. Pagka yung big crime solution kaagad, bibigay. Not very natural sa mayor yan, sir.
That is where I was going, Mr. President.
For the boys.
Yes. On paragraph 17, Colonel Garma states that for the deaths of suspects, Sunny Bindoventura provided direct payments of 20,000 to station commanders with no signed documentation required. Itong si Sunny Bindoventura, kilala po pa rin ninyo?
He is a policeman who was with me for almost until now, retired na for 21 years. Sometimes, tinatawag ko siya mag-drive sa akin, sir.
Pero itong yung sinasabi ho, Mr. Chair, Mr. President, ni Colonel Garma, paragraph 17, na nagbibigay daw nung reward payment direkta dun sa mga station commanders na amounting to 20,000, eh si Sunny Bindoventura daw po ang nagbibigay. Totoo po ba yun?
Kung tanongin mo ko, sir, hindi totoo yan. Kasi kung sabihin mo, galing ang pera sa akin, ipasa ko kay Bindoventura para ibigay doon sa station commander, that is a very long story. Ako na ang magtawag ng station commander, ako na magbigay.
Okay, Mr. Chair, Mr. President, ang isa po nagbigay ng sinumpaang salaysay is si Colonel Joby Espinido. Kilala ho niyo ba ito?
Yes, sir.
Well, binanggit po niya doon sa paragraph 35 ng sinumpaang salaysay niya na sinumiti po noong August 25, 2024. Ito po, and I will read po. I know that there was a reward of 20,000 pesos per kill in the drug war. So in short, Mr. President, Mr. Chair, itong statement po ni Joby Espinido, kino-corroborate din po dun sa statement ni Colonel Garma na nagbibigay po ng 20,000 pesos for every kill. Totoo po ba yun?
No. Every crime that is solved, whether it is really it resulted in a killing or nahuli, sir, basta yung droga, mainit ako, sabi ko, nagbibigay ako ng reward. Pero it does not presuppose na magbayad ako ng 20,000 para patayin yung drogista. Nagbibigay ako talaga, sir, ng alam ng lahat yan. I support the police. And if, kung malaki ang nahuli nila, binibigyan ko sila ng tip for the boys nila.
Mr. President, Mr. Chair, isa rin pong binanggit ni Joby Espinido itong operations kay Mayor Rolando Espinosa. Was the killing of Mayor Rolando Espinosa related to the operations against drugs po?
No, sir. I do not even know the person. And if there's the killing, it's beyond me.
He also mentioned, Mr. President, Mr. Chair, doon sa paragraph 19, sinabi po niya there was an operation po against Mayor Rinaldo Aldong Parayuno of Osamis City. Was this also part of the war on illegal drugs, Mr. Mr.
No, wala akong pakialam, sir. But I know that the Parahinogs were, patay na kasi. I do not want to, lahat na ng maisip mo na kagaguhan ng isang councilor.
Actually, they served the search warrant on July 30, 2017, and after the operation, 16 people were killed in these police operations po, yung kay Parolino. This was according to the affidavit of Joby Espinilo.
If it was in Davao,
In Osamis po.
wala akong ano din sir. Hindi ko na teritoryo yan.
Okay, dito naman po tayo, Mr. President and Chairman, Mr. Chair. Doon po sa may nangyari pong patayan noong August 13, 2016 sa Davao Penal Colony involving 3 Chinese prisoners. Ito po yung mga Chinese na kinulong po doon sa Davao Penal Colony. Ito po yung mga Chinese chemist yata. Now, accordingly, it was an operations led by Colonel Garma, inutusan si Arthur Nasolis. Pero ang pinaka-importante po, ito po ay sinumpaang salaysay ni Colonel Jerry Padilla po. He was the superintendent at that time nung nangyari po ang patayan doon sa Dapicol. Hindi ko na po iisa-isahin to dahil marami po magtatanong. Ang iano ko na ho, after the killing, according to sa supplemental supplemental affidavit of Colonel Jerry Padilla, pinuntahan po niya yung mga pumatay na si Leopoldo Tan o tsaka yung si Mr. Magdararo para hulihin po doon sa selda kasi doon po pinatay sa selda yung 3 Chinese prisoners. Nung papalabas na po sila, nakaposas na po yung Chinese prisoners. According to Colonel Jerry Padilla, he received a call from you daw, congratulating him doon sa namatay na 3 Chinese, and sinabi pa raw noon ninyo, job well done. Totoo po ba yun?
Hindi sir. Hindi ko kilala yung tao. I would never talk to a stranger, lalo na yung mga ganun. It's not only, it's dangerous. I would only talk to about these things about yung killing to a few confident, but they're all sa taas na police officer, and I would just give the direction. But sometimes I say that kung lumaban, patay na lang ninyo. Patay, ito yan ang totoo, sabi ko. Pag lumaban, patay na ninyo para tapos na. Kasi kung makakulong, kalabas yan, problema na naman. Mabuti lang sana kung ordinaryo nga. Pero kung magkaso na rape, magnakaw, tapos patayin pa sir, medyo talagang mainit ako dyan. Sabi ako, pag-prank ka na lang ako before dinito. Alam ng lahat ng police, pati NBI, mainit talaga ako. Hanapan ninyo. Kaya sabi ko, kung may mga baril yan, bunutin. Meaning to say, make a scene na kailangan, pag sabi mo, arestado ka, padruhin mo muna ng baril. At barilin mo. Patayin mo na para wala na akong hold upper na hahanapin pa bukas. At wala nang ma-rape, wala nang manakaw, at maganda na ang syudad ko. Ang mga residente